What is your takeaway, I guess, so far at the preseason with some production for your team and then other times where just different lineups and guys missing games? So what do you take away overall so far?
I think we are looking for, we had a couple new guys this year, so we're trying to see our chemistry. These games we played 6 or whatever, 4 or 5 games. We had a different lineup. Some guys are out in whatever, but I think we're trying to see what kind of chemistry we have so far. Especially starting when we started from the training camp, the practice. So yeah, I think we are very different than last year. We have more size. We have more shooting, so those kind of stuff I think we can kind of see and what's the lineup and all the rotation and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like Friday you'll get more of like what it would look like in a regular season. Mm-hmm. And for you, what have you noticed about DeAndre, the way that he plays and how you guys can fit together as a combo?
Yeah, he's just he has a size, as you can see, just running around the court, you see on defense, offense, whatever, the rebound. He has a size, so we can kind of rely on him, especially on the defense side. We can pressure the ball more. He gonna be in the pen a lot of times, so he can protect the rim all the time. And offensively, he got those mid-range. He can catch the lob and all that. So we have a lot of options with him. So.
Rui, do you have a preference on starting or not, and what would that be?
I mean, it's coach's decision. I don't have anything. I mean, I started most of my career. I've been here 2-3 years. They're trying to bring a lot of guys, and then there I was a starter. So this is some decision. I don't know what they're looking for, but.
How do you view your role, whether you start or not, whether LeBron James is playing or not? How do you view what your role will be for this season?
It's a lot of similar like last year. It's a lot of 3 points. They want me to be aggressive on those 3 points, catch and shoot, rebounds, attacking to the rim. Finding a mismatch, especially when LeBron and LeBron's on, Ball and Luka's on the court. It's a. They get a lot of attention, so they have to put somebody, the smaller guys, on me probably. So that's going to be those kind of stuff that I have to see more.
When you played with Luke and LeBron last year, how did you know when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive? Was that a delicate balance for you?
Yeah, well, sure. It comes with the chemistry, how many times we play with together on the court, off the court, the communication and all kind of stuff. Those kind of stuff helps. So we just gotta, we keep doing that, building that.
Has there been any struggle, in terms of not being able to practice with the full team? And obviously, like LeBron's out, sometimes Luke is out. Is there any concern that once opening night comes, you will not have really had practice with the full team? I guess.
I mean, as a team, no. Yeah, it's no good, but it is what it is. But for me, I played with LeBron so many times, and Luka too, even last year. For those new guys, it's hard, It's going to be hard for them to kind of adjust in the game, Because I always tell them this is a practice and how we play it and the games, just with all the referees and with the people around. It's a different game, So it's just those are kind of stuff that come with it just in the game. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for them, for the new guys. But, yeah, they have to adjust it.
One more for me. The connection that this group has, when I saw Gabe go off in the first quarter, everyone's on their feet. Can you speak to the connectiveness of this team so far?
It's been great, We've been practicing a lot together, We just now that we have all the kind of same ages, so we all kind of relate to each other. So we trying to get to know each other, whatever. So yeah, it's been great, I think.
Jaxson, just for overall through this point of the preseason so far, how do you feel? How do you feel about kind of that added weight and muscle? How do you feel like that's playing out for you on the court? And what's been the kind of highlight for you on both ends of the court?
I've been feeling good. obviously haven't played with the full squad yet, like all of us who are in the rotation and stuff. So just still getting used to playing with everyone, even the guys, the younger G League guys and stuff like that. So, I mean, just really getting all into shape and just figuring everyone out. Yeah.
Yeah, I figure you'll certainly play with either Austin or Luka probably with that second unit, but assuming Gabe will have some of those minutes as well. What have you seen from him, including tonight's game?
From Gabe, yeah, Gabe's been killing it all camp. I mean, you saw the way he came out shooting today. What do you go? 6 for 11. That's crazy. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, he's just been killing it. I mean, I love playing with guards like that. I mean, I played with JJ for 2 years, and so I mean, just those pin downs and guards that can shoot the ball bring a lot of other attention from the bigs, and so then I start getting stuff or he gets open three. So it's just been great.
Your first year as a Laker, remember you made a lot of progress on the verticality and like not fouling. It seems like that's been there this preseason with the rim protection. Is that just been an area of continued focus? And how do you think your defense has been looking so far?
Yeah, it's just definitely an area of continued focus. Just getting better on the defensive end all night, every night, and just trying to be that anchor for the team is just a big thing for me. I feel like I did pretty good with it. I got some cheap fouls today. But just little things I can clean up about that. So, yeah.
Jaxson, rim running, how much does that help you get easy offense, easy basket, easy dunks because you're getting out and beating up at the court?
Oh, it's really easy. I mean, I feel like that's the way I impact the game. That's one of my strengths as being a young, lengthy rim runner. So I feel like I can beat people down the court and just get my team free buckets or bring in like one or two guys trying to help in on me and we get a corner three. So just do whatever I can to help out the team.
As a big man, we're starting to see some teams like Dallas play two big men. You start as you smile. Do you think that's something that you and DeAndre can do together against a team like Dallas, against a team like Cleveland that plays big like that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I did it a little bit with AD. My third year in the league, I started at the 4 for the Pelicans, and we made the playoffs that year with Jonas. And so I think it's definitely something I can do. And I've been working on my shot this offseason, so, yeah.
How's your connection with Luka, growing now that it's like the offseason and camp? You guys really quickly had a connection when you got traded here, but now camp, preseason, he's only played one preseason game, but yeah.
That's still my guy. We're working on getting me a Slovenian passport right now so I can play with them upcoming next summer. So, yeah, that's my man.
Plenty of hot streaks throughout your life, but 5 threes in 4 minutes to start a game like that. Where did you start feeling it? How did you sustain it like so immediately like that?
I just wanted to come out aggressive. Obviously, we were a few guys down. We knew we needed to play a little fast, and I just wanted to come out, be aggressive, look for my shots, and the guys found me early, and they went in, so it's always helpful.
How does it feel like the third, the fourth? Does it feel immediately good the second that it's out of your fingertips? Any different from the first shot, or how does it build like that?
I mean, honestly, they all felt the same. It was just in the flow, coming off just all shots I've been working on for a long time. So I had the space, I rose, and it all felt good coming off.
Yep, I think we had the same conversation after the Golden State game where same thing, you started hot and kind of found it right away. JJ, a lot of your teammates have spoken to that's just kind of how you've been playing all camp in general. And where do you think that this kind of combination of everything, just your game and where it's at right now, how the comfortability that you have?
I mean, I think it's just been a unique situation to where I've been able to showcase more of my skill set during this preseason. Obviously, when we're whole, I'm not going to be running the one like that as frequently. We got great players in Luka, Bron, AR. They'll probably be featured quite a bit, so I'll probably be off the ball a lot more. So when I'm here on the ball, I just wanted to show my skill set and be aggressive and try to help us win a game.
Considering the way you guys closed out the second half of last year and were for 30-plus games one of the better teams in the league, obviously there's a ton of expectations, one would think, for this year's team. How do you separate your personal rhythm and success in the preseason from the team being a little choppy and bringing the appropriate amount of optimism into next week?
Yeah, I mean, I think the quickest way to help your team is to better yourself. So I think that's a bit of what we've seen in the preseason. Guys have been working on their game and coming out of camp. And like I said, there's certain opportunities that they may have, like I did tonight and I did in Golden State, to showcase myself a bit more. But we have an ultimate goal, and we need to keep that in mind and not lose sight of that.
When you got going, Dallas changed up his defense. They had Cooper Flagg on you. Just what did you think of the number one pick, the rookie? What did you make of being on the court with him the first time?
I mean, he's a talented kid. I think he has a great motor. He can step in and play right away. And as a young player, I think that's a tough thing to do. But he knows how to play off the ball. He made some good reads tonight. He's an athlete. He's got a bright future.
How do you go about adjusting from having the ball in your hands, being off the ball, trying to get your mindset right so it doesn't affect your play?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just try to help us win one play at a time. Like, obviously it's more comfortable for me to handle, but that's just the circumstance at times. And I always tell people my position is just on the floor. You know what I mean? I think there was times in the playoffs in my past where I was in the dunker playing the four. So it's like, you are what you can guard. I like to switch and guard multiple positions. I just like to be on the court. So anything I could do to help this team win, I'm for it.
Gabe, were you in something like that? Oh, sorry.
Well, you shot one of your threes, I think, and the fans were still chanting, shoot it.
Were they?
You couldn't hear them?
No, I couldn't hear them.
They didn't care. So could you feel the energy? Taking all those threes that they were...
I felt it a little bit, just as I felt my teammates looking for me more. I felt their excitement. I didn't hear the fans at all. I heard their bench saying, "You won't shoot another one." They must not know me too well. So, I mean, we had some fun with it. It was a fun start. It was a good first half. A better first 2 minutes of our third quarter. Then we tapered away, but a lot of things to take away from this game.
Gabe, to play off that question, did you notice your bench? I mean, again, half the bench were not in uniform, but they were basically on the court.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
For sure. I think this year in particular, we've done a really good job of just celebrating each other, celebrating each other's success, and I think that's something that's been huge for this group. And I know we've had a small sample size comparatively to last year, but whether it's been myself or Luka or a different guy, we're excited for each other, and that genuineness is real.
First half, what did you see, not just from Gabe, but kind of from the whole unit, and how did they carry that through up until halftime when you were still, playing a lot of the veterans?
I thought we ran really well. Jaxson did a great job of putting pressure on the rim. Vando, I think he ended up with six defensive rebounds in that first half, and every time he got it and pushed it, and it created a level of pace. I mean, the first play, Gabe comes off just on a simple zoom, but it was a lot of pace. That's how we were able to score against them at a really high level in that first half. The other thing, for majority of the game, I thought we did a good job of forcing them into the shots that we want to give up. They shot a lot of mid-range shots for much of the game.
And then the second half, I'm sure there's some expected struggles bringing to play kind of that part of the roster against Dallas is playing still more of their second unit and third unit. But what would you have liked to have seen be a little bit crisper in that period?
Tell me the fourth?
Yeah, but the end of the third, but yeah, mostly the fourth, yeah.
A level of toughness, but, that wasn't there tonight. It's not... it's a lot to ask that group that was out there for most of the fourth to generate good shots. That's just the reality of who those guys are right now, and that's not an excuse for a lack of toughness, a lack of just on court. Hey, let's figure this out and play a little harder.
Friday is your last preseason game. Is the plan to have that be a dress rehearsal? And if so,
yeah.
What can we expect to see in terms of minutes and, I guess, the amount of players you will have in your rotation? Yeah,
I mean, again, plans change, but Luka's minutes will go up from last night. Similar, I think, to how Jay did his minutes tonight with his rotation. We'll get those guys some normal rotation run through early parts of the fourth.
JJ, Gabe was unconscious to start the game, 5 threes in less than 4 minutes. What did you make of, I guess, not just his start to the game, but so far just his play through these first 5 preseason games, and him maybe looking more like a previous version of himself.
Yeah, he's been fantastic as like an on-ball guy. I mean, he's created advantages for us. I think his movement in early offense sets, and then his movement in our half court has been really good. And I think he's pushing himself right now to just get in fantastic shape and be able to do that, sustain that for a longer period. You know, that would be the goal for him. I believe he took a knee to the quad. Is that right? Yeah. The
way he played, how beneficial is that to you guys? Because he seems to be such a versatile offensive player, defensive player. How will that help you guys going forward? He can be a really impactful guy on both ends. You can see he's moving better than he was last season. You can clearly tell that he's spent a lot of time working on his game this summer. I know he spent a lot of time with AJ Diggs, who was one of my coaches in New Orleans. I said this a lot early in the preseason. Like I put him in a tough spot last year by necessity of playing him at the 5, and having him be able to guard multiple positions on the perimeter and be a crasher and hopefully a high-level corner spacer and a cutter. You got a corner cut tonight against their zone. He could do a lot, and I like him as a playmaker. He can make the right read, and I thought he did a good job tonight pushing pace.
JJ, obviously, it's just preseason, but I believe your first game coaching with Cooper Flagg on the floor. What were your impressions of him, and does his game, is it similar to anyone, remind you of anybody?
No, it doesn't. To be honest with you, he doesn't really remind me of anybody. I know the Grant Hill comparison is getting thrown out a lot right now, but Cooper's his own special player, and I think his defensive instincts and playmaking ability far exceed most 18-year-olds, and he's a worker, and I expect he'll develop into a really good shooter. But those are the two things that just stand out right away. He just has such a good feel for the game, and I talked to pregame. I don't know if you were in here just about his competitive edge, but his defensive instincts and playmaking really stand out.